Here we go. Doc's coming back with a huge fucking swing. They do have a fucking a lot to answer for. Let's hear what he has to say.
Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story. Aren't
Let's
you?
hear it.
You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case.
Well, you settled.
I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement.
Makes sense.
However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. And again, champs, I respected all the confidential obligations.
True. That is how it works.
But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later...
That was a bad move. For himself, too.
Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat,
Very
to
true.
leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020.
The internet is full of morons.
I mean, for what?
With no
Cody,
nuances.
Why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time?
Why are
Did you
they
not
lies?
know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors?
Why are they lies?
You see, you don't know
Elaborate,
shit.
please.
And it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages.
That was true.
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do.
Okay.
And yeah, I used Twitch's Whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone.
Okay.
You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it.
Yeah, right, man.
And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
Nah, I don't
When
buy
you
it for a
and all these
second.
so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't. Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever.
That's pretty big.
Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to...
If that's true, that's just straight up lies. That gave him ground for maybe defamation suit, possibly.
other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now. Don't you think, champs? They act like they're just gossip channels now. Without any real journalism and real research happening. They report on all this based on leaks from two former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team.
That's credible sources,
If these
though.
anonymous sources
You have to give it that.
worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team
What's
members,
the truth, then?
by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had
There's some
first-hand
juicy
knowledge,
dramas there.
then what they conveniently left out is, one, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And two, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word...
I can believe that, because if you actually understand how this looks bad, but he's not a pedo. Because if he is, he should be in prison right now and he will be a registered sex offender. The fact that he is not, yeah. You might argue that by nature he is. He just got caught, early and he never actually went through with it. But the fact that he is not, really, I don't know. The fact that he's not is that the fact that he's not, right? Not much to argue there.
Inappropriate. Purposely. And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
Whoa. Hold on. If you want to say that and you want us to believe it, you better show the text.
I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those
Still
words?
wouldn't pay me as a pedo, though.
And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened.
That's true. That
here.
didn't happen. That's very true.
We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community.
Interesting point. I'll talk about it later.
I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user.
Okay. This part
On
is
June
purely your
21st,
words.
2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years. I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right?
True.
Literally.
Doc was the face of Twitch.
And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the two-time Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can believe that.
God, would you want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
Oh, come on now. I mean, sure, it looks bad on that ex-Twitch partner manager. But if they want to start an investigation into you, obviously they're going to pick someone who knows you the best. And obviously your ex-Twitch partner or Twitch partner manager is going to know you the best.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch.
No.
But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report.
No, this doesn't sound as good as you think. This really doesn't sound as good as you think, man. Like, uh, this really doesn't sound as good as you think. It's starting to sound like the beginning of a rape case. Man, I really wish you didn't say that.
Report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June 24th,
Okay, I can believe that.
2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team.
If that's true, that's pretty big.
That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team.
Sure.
He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the Whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a multi-year, a big-time arbitration.
Okay. I guess during the process of the court, yeah.
You know, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the Whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't.
No, there is a degree of severity here.
Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what? As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision.
Okay. Let's not reach across the aisle here. Twitch doesn't need to do that. Right? They can ban you for any plausible reasons. And if you were indeed sexting, and if you were indeed doing something illegal, as far as I'm aware, you'll be in prison. And we're not talking about jail here. You'll be in prison if you were actually sexting a minor. And we're not talking about age of consent here. Okay, we're talking about minor. If you're sexting a minor and it is illegal, you'll be in prison right now.
To terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
That is pretty shitty. 100%. Like the way, if what he's describing is true, the way they handle it is, nah. So they're probably 16 or 17. Because you didn't have to specify that unless that was the case. And also, one important factor is, did you know that beforehand or did you know it during the arbitration?
I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case.
You shouldn't.
But these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. They didn't report any facts. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers? I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Right? Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
God dang.
6'8", gorgeous, athletic, successful, college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio.
Sure, buddy.
Beautiful family. And trust me, we've worked hard for over a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. Sometimes I do.
That's a long ass fucking
didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did.
Okay.
But then that doesn't make a story, right? They wanted media attention. The media wants controversy. And by sensationalizing all of this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit, you all got what you wanted.
Those are pretty
at the
specific.
Expense of the two-time. The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc. Plain and simple. Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here.
Wait, what are you doing?
Example number 1. A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent.
Well, are you talking about
Twitch
Kai?
scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his contact was a violation of Twitch's policies.
What are you doing right now?
Ultimately determining it was not a breach of Twitch's policies.
Who is it?
Why wasn't I called into
Was it Kai?
into a meeting?
It would be normal
Why
for
wasn't
Kai.
my intent taken into consideration, champs?
That is true. That's
Example
shitty.
number 2. Streamer was reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing pedophilia.
What the
all while
fuck?
live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract. Example number
name?
3. Streamer was reported for a sexually explicit stream involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract.
Dude, if you're doing an expose, drop the fucking names. What are you doing? You understand how bad the things you said were, right? Drop the names. You're already here, so what do you have to lose?
It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract.
That's
Go
probably
back
true.
and look at the timing of all this too. The doc's termination lines up with 2 preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer.
Well, was that Shroud and Ninja? That's probably Shroud and Ninja, right?
As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, and go look at the timing. These other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the two-time. You see, I shouldn't even be banned.
Hold on. You just said the decision process was because a ex partner manager had a grudge. Which way is it? You can't spin it both ways. Is Twitch higher up orchestrating this, or is it because of a grudge from a ex partner manager? Are you saying they're colluding? Well, if they're colluding, then your story still doesn't make sense because the initial safety team deemed it unnecessary to escalate it to the law enforcement response team. So if the higher ups is involved in this, wouldn't the safety team just directly escalate it without deeming it unnecessary to escalate it? So which way is it? Is it because Twitch wants you gone, or was it because the ex partner manager wants you gone?
And from Twitch. It has affected us on so many levels. Back in
Sure.
2020 and now in 2024.
That's fair. Doc's being fucked more times than he can probably count.
And Cody, Connors, I just have to say it again. Why would you do this?
It's a good question.
Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. But because of you,
On both parties. If I remember correctly, that was a result of the settlement on both parties.
Cody,
Think about what that means for Twitch.
we just lost. Fuck, man.
You lost money? Yeah. We would have guessed.
Unfortunately, we have to lay off people from Midnight Society.
Well, you mean yourself?
Right. Because of you, Cody.
Okay.
You know, through all this, we are where we are. And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. But I don't
No, you
accept
need to
sitting
fight
quietly
this.
by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations.
What are you
No.
gonna do?
For all these doc haters out there too, oh man, the ones that project and project and project and project and worry about everyone else's problems, right?
Whoa. Slow down. Slow down. It's not projecting. The accusation was that you were a pedophile. Guy, like, let's not pretend that those people were just talking out of nothing here.
I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane. But
Bruh, you're not gonna care less when someone else is a pedophile. You're gonna publicly condemn them. Like, what are we talking about here?
somehow, some way, these people, they just get in our lane. For all you doc haters, I'm sure you'll dissect all of this and still find a way to publicly criticize me. Do what you need to do. I'll
You need
say
to do
this,
a little
this
bit
isn't
more.
for you. This was for my team today, my community, my friends, la familia that have supported me. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that
So
to
there
all of
was
you out there.
a
It looks
conversation.
bad. I have no way of knowing if the Twitch user thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate.
Then why did you send it in the first place? You can't play totally innocent in this. There's no way you can play totally innocent in this. You've already admitted it, and you just admitted it again. Why would you do that in the first place? Why would you do that to a stranger? Doc, like, come on.
I apologize. All I know is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming that I did.
That's probably true. Because you're not in jail. Well, rather, I would say prison.
That's it.
That's
I'm
it?
not saying anything more about any of this, right? Unless I need to, because trust me, I have more I haven't disclosed.
Well, in my honest opinion, don't disclose them. There's probably, I think, one thing that's left for you to do for Doc. Sue Cody. Because it is pretty clear that the two things that Cody accused him of is probably not true. Because if they were true, he will be in prison right now. You might think he's a groomer. He might be a groomer. Like, we don't have enough evidence to know. We really will only know that once we see the messages. But that messages is never going to see the light of day. So you might think he's still a groomer and he's a bad person and he's a creep. You have every reason to think that, actually, because there's not enough evidence to see that it's not. Right. But in terms of accusations, I do not believe for a moment that he was sexting. Because for sexting with a minor, You guys might not even know how serious that is. You can literally add on charges of child pornography just for sexting a minor, even if it's sexually explicit in texts. You can add on a charge of child pornography. FBI will be on his ass. He will be in prison right now. All with all fairness to him, it's certainly not something illegal. Otherwise, he'll be in jail. Otherwise, he'll be in prison, a federal one at that. But why the hell would you send inappropriate text to somebody that you don't even know who will be okay with it? Why did you do that in the first place? It doesn't change the public's perception, even though you didn't do anything illegal. Right? Well, the best thing for you to do is to sue Cody. Well, Cody is done for. The moment he leaked those, he's done for. Like, he's never gonna get any other job unless he's doing content creation himself. Right? The reason I hide my face is that, like, in case I say something stupid and somebody can come after me. Right? You can get canceled so easily these days. And for people who have a real job, you can't just say shit and have no repercussions. You do have repercussions. Cody is already done for. So I think the best thing for Doc to do is just to sue Cody for defamation, to clear everything that's being said out there. That will at least put a stop to the bleeding of your public perception. If you don't debunk and debase those serious allegations in a serious way, like, official entities will look at you a different way. Like, YouTube will look at you a different way. Your sponsor will look at you a different way. Like, your business partner will look at you a different way. You have to do something about this. I know you're never going to release the messages because, to be completely honest, in a court of public opinion, releasing those messages only make things worse. Because some people are going to interpret it in one context and some other people will interpret it in a different context. Releasing the messages is actually absolutely a bad move because it's only going to make people more extreme about the situation. So don't do that. The best thing you can do is just sue Cody. And I hope it brings some nuance to this conversation. It is this story that he's telling. There's contradiction here and there. It's not perfect, and you can never excuse just texting someone inappropriately who's a minor. In no universe, a normal human being would do that, especially to somebody you don't know. Right? Let's not pretend that, that's not bad here. But it is what it is. Since you didn't break the law, but you're still on the short list, right? I think this is good because this kind of things happening will probably make sure that Doc will never do something like this ever again. So that's good. He's not broken the law. He's not a criminal. He's not a registered sex offender. Right? Like, what are we talking about here? For your own career, you need to do something extra. But your story does have a lot of holes in it. Well, your story doesn't have holes, but you made a lot of conjectures that, doesn't really stand up. Okay?